Hi, good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu channel. I am because we are. So we are live today, the 7th of October. And as usual, on Friday, we bring to you what we call Ubuntu Sports. And to join me on set tonight, I'm joined by no other than the best analyst in the country, who has been called also to represent us in the World Cup buzz that will be taking place. Good evening, Mr. BWEZANI.
Evening, Ruben. How are you doing? Long time, man. Long time.
Long time indeed. And congratulations. Let's start on that good note. Congratulations to you. You're one of the two commentators that have been called for the World Cup buzz.
Yeah, it's not really commentary. It's just giving the World Cup buzz sports only what we think. Of course, it's commentary, but not in the main comment. On what we think about the World Cup, the best players, the best team, um, just generally on what we expect to see at the World Cup. So, first of all, it starts like a build up. Some episodes have already started running, where we are debating, of course, with the other 19 African bloggers, journalists, sports journalists in that matter, to just build up the excitement towards the World Cup. Yeah, so the congratulations are in order.
Great. How has it been so far with that same program?
Well, it's been very exciting and very challenging, of course. I've had about two shows already with the two guys from Botswana, one from Kenya, and another one from Nigeria. So you tend to see the way people look at these things differently. But representing Zambia, uh, I've not gone to those big names of Ronaldo, Messi. I think it's a phase that looks like it is ending. You saw how Ronaldo struggled. Of course, he will come back, but I think this World Cup will bring totally different names. So it's an exciting program to just see how other people actually look at this. I'm enjoying myself, Ruben. I can't lie.
If people want to watch that program, where can they catch it, President?
So it's on Blitz, Super Sport Blitz, because it's actually done in parts, and we are doing recordings now. So later on, Super Sport will just start running them up. But for you, I'm going to send you a YouTube of one, so at least you see what this is all about. We can cut a piece and throw it on Ubuntu channel next week.
Thanks, and we can't wait to have that video. Now, Bezani, let's go into the night's uh, program because we've got a lot on the plate for us to discuss. Let's start with the under 20 COSAFA tournament where Zambia is participating. We're the first ones to open the show, and we started on a good note.
Yeah, 3-0. And if you look at the names that are in the team, we have Tipioka, John Sabobo. These are the players, young players that are already playing in the Elite Super League. It tells you how prepared Zambia is. And before people forget where this is coming from, is the technical director's office, okay, where he grouped these young boys. A lot of complaints as to why there was only Lusaka, not knowing that most of the people, players were identified elsewhere and brought into Lusaka. So you can basically see the fruits at under 20. And I'm hoping, Ruben, I'm seriously hoping we'll maintain this team now. Okay, so that immediately they start playing well, we don't dismantle them just as we did with Wepun, Patson. But a very good start to the tournament. You can see a lot of confidence in the players. I watched the entire game and excited to just see how the boys are playing with so much maturity. You could actually see the passing game. You practically see where they're coming from, and I think we should be excited. I have so much hope in this tournament, and I'm sure the boys will not disappoint us.
Should we wait for them at the airport? Should we tell them that the Zambian fans here are waiting for the trophy? In England, they say it's coming home. Should we also start that campaign? Yeah.
Have I lost you?
No, I'm here, BWEZANI. Can you hear me? All right, we seem to have a bit of connectivity challenge there with BWEZANI, but he's going to come back because we've got a lot to discuss on this program. Remember, today is Friday and we bring to you Ubuntu Sports. And on Ubuntu Sports, we talk about nothing but sports that is happening here in Zambia. And I was having a chat with BWEZANI tonight, and also the other Ubuntu analyst that is going to join us later on in Lawrence. Ubuntu Sports comes every Friday, like I've already said, at 21 hours. You can share this broadcast and also tag along as many people as possible. Tell them that Ubuntu Sports is here. And just to let you know that the under-20 COSAFA Castle Cup tournament has kicked off today, and Zambia was playing against Eswatini, and we won by 3-0. That's what we were talking about actually with BWEZANI before we had that connectivity challenge. And he was saying the boys are playing very well, and he's hoping that we shouldn't dismantle this team. We should maintain this team. Like as usual, you can participate on our program by typing in the comments, and also we'll share with you a link where you can join in and also have your view on the different topics that we are talking about, because we need to hear from BWEZANI what it means when a Zambian coach is sent on administrative leave. We are told this week that Agre Chiengi, the coach of Green Eagles, has been sent on leave. And also on the program tonight, we are discussing the Netherlands versus Zambia friendly, which was cancelled. BWEZANI, welcome back.
Thank you. Obviously, the network is not helping, but it's good that we've managed to connect back again.
Yeah, Mike, I was asking you concerning the under-20 team, saying should we also start the campaign like they do it in England of it's coming home?
No. Such things put players under pressure. Let the boys enjoy themselves. If it will come, it will definitely find us. But I think the game that was played today is gone. I think their eyes should be on the next game. Okay. Whether it will come home or it won't, that's for another day after the finals. I think let's not put so much pressure on the boys. And look, this is a big win for today, 3-0. So already every team that is going to play Zambia are looking. So let's not put them under pressure. I think they are okay. A game at a time.
All right. But as you said, we should maintain this team. I don't know how you want us to maintain the team, because someone who is supposed to be responsible of maintaining the team has not yet been given a job. What I mean is that the national team coach really resigned in Asanovic. I want to get your comment over that, because on Ubuntu channel, we've not heard you after that incident, BWEZANI. Okay, it seems we have a bit of connectivity again with BWEZANI. Can you hear me now? All right. So we're bringing to you Ubuntu Sports. Like I said, Friday we'll bring in Ubuntu Sports. Let me ask the director, maybe we can go on a short break. Then when we come back, we'll continue with the program with BWEZANI. Let's go on a short break, then see you on the other side. All right. Welcome back. This is Ubuntu channel. All right. BWEZANI, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I was changing gadgets. Let me see if the latest gadget could actually help us more than the earlier one.
Oh, all right.
Oh, all right.
I seem to get
I seem
some
to get
feedback from
some
you.
feedback from you. Okay.
All right, so Boyzan is going to join us. Then we are going to do a bit of analysis. Be rest assured that we're going to have a good program because we've got a lot on the plate. That's like you're able to sit down. Want to know why Augustine Mulenga has joined Napsa Stars on a short time? Why not a long time, but a short time? Really, after waiting for so much time, then just to sign a short term for Napsa Stars, we want to hear what Bezan has to say over that, and also what you, our viewers, have to say over that. Want to hear the issue of Zambia versus Netherlands friendly game. Well, we wanted to see the likes of Barbara Banda playing again for Zambia, but unfortunately, the friendly match was cancelled due to visa issues. Uh, Also on the program, we want to hear the saga that made headlines last week, and that was the Nchanga Rangers Nkana saga, where we saw Nkana complaining that the bus was smashed by the Nchanga fans, and also where Nkana was complaining that one of the players was hit and they were admitted at the hospital. We would love to hear also what you saw in terms of the results that came in from the Zambian Super League, and we also have a review of the fixtures that will be played tomorrow and also on Sunday. Please, so be rest assured, just sit back, relax, share this broadcast, tell them that Ubuntu Sports is live. We go on a short break, then when we come back, we'll be joined by Boyzan. Hi, Joseph. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Ruben. How are you?
Fine, fine. Good to see you. We're having a chat with Boyzan. Unfortunately, he had connectivity issue. He's going to come back. And the first topic that we're discussing or we're talking about was the under 20 COSAFA tournament. We were the first ones to open the curtains of that tournament, and we started on a good note, Joseph.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't watch the game, but I just saw some of the highlights. Kudos to the boys. That's how you start the tournament like that. You start on a winning note. 3 goals to 0 it was. Hopefully, our next game, the boys will build up on that same momentum, and we expect another positive result. Maximum points. That it is.
All right. Yeah, you can watch that game, Joseph, here on Ubuntu channel because we had beamed the game live exactly at 12
Yeah.
hours on this channel, and we're going to cover all the games uh, that will be played in Iswatini. But my question is, Bwezani had suggested that we need to maintain this team. We shouldn't disband this team. Do you agree with him?
The under 20 team.
Yes.
You know, the important aspect is consistency. Yeah? You might have a very good team at this stage, but the players as well, they need to apply themselves. They need to be consistent enough. They shouldn't take for granted that since we are together as a team, if in the next 5 years we're going to graduate together as the same coach, some players may be complacent. So my advice to them that if they want to maintain at least 75% to 8% of the team, let them be consistent with their performance. So far, I'm up with a boy, Joseph Banda, the young boy with penny straight at Red Arrows. The boy has shown consistency right from under 15, under 17, now is at under 20 level. Talk of consistency. So if these other players can apply themselves in such a manner, we expect them to graduate to under 23. From under 23, they might go all the way to a senior team. Of course, we can't take the entire cohort. That's not possible. I'm sure you're aware that the victorious under 20 team, which we had, not everyone managed to go through the senior level, but at least enough were co-opted.
Yeah. But Joseph, this is where others are arguing and saying it's because we disbanded that team. That's the reason why we are failing at we're failing to transition, bringing in new players and having that consistency in the team. They're saying it's because we disbanded that team. We just picked a few instead of getting everyone bringing on board, because those guys know each other very well. Hi, Joseph, are you there? Okay, it seems Joseph has some connectivity challenge, so we give it up to you, our viewers. What do you think about the COSAFA Under 20 that is taking place there in Eswatini? Joseph, are you back now? Hi, Joseph, can you hear me? Okay, Joseph seems to have some connectivity challenge there. We are bringing to you Ubuntu Sports tonight, and we are talking about different topics that we are covering, that we are looking at tonight. All right, it seems Joseph is back. Hi, Joseph, are you there? All right, so we have different topics that we are looking at tonight. One of the topics that we are looking at is the saga that took place at Nchanga Stadium, where Nchanga was playing Nkana, and what we saw was that the referee was attacked by some Nkana players and officials. We saw fires coming in and suspending not suspending a player and an assistant coach for Nkana. And also what we saw was that Nkana was also fined about 100,000 kwacha. All that because of the saga that happened at Nchanga Stadium. What do you think as our viewers? And also, what do you think in terms of Nkana having every time, every season, they put it every season, Nkana seems to have challenges in terms of attacking players or having fights at the stadium. It's either the fans or it's their players. What do you have to say over that? So we'll be back shortly. I'm sure Joseph is going to join me, and BWEZANI is going to join me, and other Ubuntu analysts are going to join us so that we can hear from them what they have to say concerning the fixtures that will be played tomorrow in the Zambian Super League, and also on Sunday, the Super Sunday games. And by the way, tomorrow there will be a big game at Nkoloma Stadium, and that will be Red Arrows versus. Hi, Joseph, are you back?
Yes, I'm back, though the network is very bad.
All right, just switch off. I can hear you loud and clear. Just switch off the video if the internet is that bad.
But
Just switch off the camera if the internet is that bad, and then we can just do the audio with you. All right, can you hear me, Joseph? Hi, Joseph, can you hear me? All right, let's go on break. Then when we come back, we dive into the different programs that the different topics that we have for you tonight. So let's go on a short break. Then we'll be back shortly.
is a tradition that man, or indeed a human being, is born in. Naturally, we are born with Ubuntu. We live with it. We come into this world with that.
Ubuntu ninshila iyo abantu basenderamo ifyo umuntu afwiri okuba n'efyo afwiri okukita n'efyo afwiri okwikaliramo Ubuntu.
Ubuntu chitemiko, Ubuntu mutende.
Ubuntu nikukhala pamodzi. Ubuntu nikusamala. Ubuntu nikukondana.
The desire to contribute to positive changes within rural communities is my strong motivation to work hard for my society. For me, that is Ubuntu.
Ubuntu means humbleness. Ubuntu means humility. Ubuntu means love.
Ubuntu is I'm a person because of a person. I'm really a person. I'm who I am because of who we are.
What Ubuntu means to me is the ability to look at the need of others and be able to put yourself in their position, be able to do something about it.
We're going to be offering some of our viewers more content. And apart from more content, we are going to expect our viewers to be participating more, and then we want also our viewers to also like our channel.
Yes, and they should like it on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and also on YouTube. And not to forget that our content is reliable. It's not fake news. We do not have fake news on this channel.
Of infertility is because of infections, typically the chlamydia and the gonorrhea.
Your time is up. Thank you so much.
Since I've been mentioned, I can react to what comment in the chat.
Yes,
I haven't finished my point.
Remember,
no, let me finish my point so that my brother can.
Does the Patriotic Front know the kind of damage they have done to our economy and to our country? I do not.
The alleged abduction of Pamela Chisupa, and this case has really kept us on our toes. And in as much as
nobody has been acquitted from this new dawn administration cases that have been started, there's nobody that has been acquitted. Okay.
CJ, foreplay. I'm not talking about jump and begin acting like a kangaroo. No, foreplay. Many of us as Africans, we lack this virtue. This is not there.
Yeah, the time project ku Malabo. What's about the first game toilet was Senegal. I think what it is underrated because even the home up, you can see the way they are doing home up. But munagati ora na wawina kale nyoko.
It's actually good if you start creating competition in the team. If you don't create competition, then you will have a problem. Who to replace when one is injured?
I think the names people have been calling me, I accepted them and I welcomed them. But what I would prefer being called
as a nickname, I would prefer being called Sambalung.
All right, so welcome back to Ubuntu Sports. All right, so now we'll be joined in by Lawrence, who is here to help me do the analysis of the topics that I already told you on. Good evening, Lawrence. Welcome to Ubuntu Sports. Good evening, Lawrence.
Good evening. Can you hear me, Ruben?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Good to have you, Lawrence. Unfortunately, to our viewers, we apologize. We seem to have some connectivity challenge there with BWEZANI and also with Joseph, but Lawrence is here still to take us on the different topics that we had. Lawrence, let's start with one of the teams that you love, Green Eagles, shall we? Because this week we received some news that Agre Chiengi has been sent on administrative leave. Just highlight to us really what that means to.
What you were saying.
Hi, Lawrence, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. I was asking you, let's start with Green Eagles. Green Eagles this week, they released a communication or a press statement saying that their coach has been sent on administrative leave, that is Agre Chiengi. I wanted you to shed more light on this issue.
Okay, technically, in our soccer, in our local soccer, administrative leave means that as things stand, because of the poor run of results that the team has produced over from the start of the season, I should say. So, for Green Eagles, we should expect some new faces coming up, and well, it just comes a few hours, if I'm not mistaken, after he assured the fans that say they should not worry because it's just the start of the season and they'll get things right. And in the day, we just hear that there is an administrative leave. Unfortunately, the soccer business is oriented and failed to produce the right results, obviously. But in that
Hi, Lawrence. Hi, Lawrence. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can. Loud and clear.
All right. All right. So every time we see a coach in the Zambian Super Leagues being sent on administrative leave, most of the times they never come back. Do you think for Agre Chieng is going to be a different story?
There is not himself understands that the results have not been as expected so far this season. And he acknowledged that, and he had pledged that to work hard and resolve the poor results as well.
Okay, Lawrence, if you can still hear me, just switch off your camera so that you can just have your audio, because you seem to be breaking. Hi, Lawrence, are you still there? All right, I think this is where we have different challenges. We had connectivity issue with Lawrence. We had connectivity issue. We apologize for that, our viewers. We really wanted to bring to you an exciting program of Ubuntu Sports like we do always. Lawrence, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, Ruben.
Oh, great. You can just give us your submission concerning the issue of Agre Chiengi.
Like I said earlier, he's been sent on administrative leave as things stand. What is happening is that the run of results has been not as expected, and the coach himself, Mr. Agre Chiengi, was the first one to admit just earlier on, before he was even sent on administrative leave. He agreed that the results have not been as expected so far this season. He also had requested the fans to give him more time as he was working around with his team to resolve the issues so that the team can come back on track. But unfortunately, the team administration or the team managers didn't see it fit that they should give him more time and decided to send him on leave. Technically, that means he has been fired in Zambian football circles, because they never come back from administrative leave. They don't come back. And I don't see Agre Chiengi coming back from that as well, because history has shown us that administrative leave here in Zambia means being fired. Elsewhere in the world, they would have probably politely said, we have parted company, or we have agreed, he has agreed to step down, or he has done that, or in those lines. That's what we get from other countries. Here, they will send you on administrative leave, and that means you have been fired.
Yeah, exactly. And the next news that you hear is that the club has appointed a new coach. Great. Lawrence, on Thursday, was supposed to watch a game between Netherlands and Zambia in terms of the women's football, but unfortunately, the news that we heard on Tuesday was that the game has been cancelled due to the visa issues. Lawrence, I want your take. What do you have to say about that issue?
Now, when it comes to organization of international friendlies, first and foremost, the communication came on Tuesday. Tuesday on its own was already too late for the team to travel. That is where I actually picked issues, because the team, if the game was on Thursday, we should have heard the team had traveled probably Sunday or so that the team is given enough chance to rest and also recuperate and also prepare for the game. Because like we said after the WAFCON, Ruben, you remember, we discussed the importance of friendlies going forward for this team. And when we heard over the friendly against the Netherlands, we were actually very proud because we saw opportunities being taken by the Football Association of Zambia, and also giving the women's team enough chance to prepare and compete while preparing for the World Cup. But to hear that the game has been cancelled due to visa issues is really a very big disappointment, especially to us, the fans, towards the administrators of this beautiful game in our country. First and foremost, why do we leave it late to start processing visas for such an international match? Secondly, what is the picture we have given out there to Netherlands or probably any other big team that would love to play in friendlies and all that? What is the picture we have given now? Because obviously we left Netherlands stranded. They didn't have an opponent to play for that fixture, for that friendly, and all because of what? Visas. I think we can do better. Honestly, we can do better.
Thanks for that submission, Lawrence. I also want to get your quick comment concerning the tournament that has just kicked on. That is in Eswatini, the under-20 COSAFA Castle Cup, and we've started on a brighter note, Lawrence.
Started on a brighter note, and very impressive. The under-20s there representing the country and carrying the flag, obviously doing what we expect them to do, because all the teams that we have sent to COSAFA this year have done us proud somehow in one way or the other. Now, this tournament, to our viewers there who might not understand, is a mini tournament for COSAFA qualifications to the Egypt under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Now, the tournament is played in a way that it goes on like it will cut off. It is going to consist of two groups, and teams are going to progress up to the final. The two finalists are the ones that qualify to the Africa Cup of Nations under-20. That is in Egypt, and it's very important that Zambia, being the past winners of the tournament, last time we hosted it. That is way back in 2017. We should participate in this, and the team has started on a flying note, beating is it Swaziland or Eswatini by 3-0 this afternoon. That was a good start for the team.
Good start indeed. Let's look at one of the big headlines that we had last week. It was the saga that characterized at Nchanga Rangers stadium. Really, the Nkana officials attacked the referee, and we saw Faz punishing Nkana. Was that enough, Lawrence?
Well, I think we should reach a stage where match officials are respected in this country. I think the time that we reach that stage would be the best. What happened at Nchanga Rangers, if it were to happen in the English Premier League, I don't know what would have happened to the club in question. Really, I can't even begin to imagine, because just mere finger pointing of a referee would attract a yellow card. And actually, the referee was very, very kind in the pitch, because he was only flashing out yellow card to the offenders. And I was thinking, wow, do we have different rule books in Zambia or something like that? Because those are supposed to be red cards. You don't trample on match officials like that and get away with it with just a booking. That doesn't happen. All the same, a 100,000 kwacha fine slapped on Nkana Football Club to me is well. I'm trying to be understanding here, because let's look at the revenues that our teams generate actually, and you feel that the 100,000 kwacha is probably a very big chunk, but at the same time, when you look at it contextually, it's a very small fine, because that is just a fine, that is even less than a fine that a coach is given out there for probably just talking about a referee in an acceptable way. Now, this is an act of probably, you can call it actually abusing a referee. What happened, and this is what we are looking at here, and 100,000 kwacha plus a 50,000 kwacha slapped on top of that, making it a 150,000. Well, I don't know, but I think it's really a very big let off for Nkana. But all the same, I think last time Nkana was slapped with such kind of fines, we saw fans contributing money so that they can help the club pay off those fines. I'm not sure if we're going to see the same happen for this 100,000 kwacha, where fans will start contributing money or something like that. I'm not sure about that.
But Lawrence, it seems to be Nkana every season, Nkana. And for me, I feel the 100,000 is being too lenient for Nkana, because they keep on doing the same thing over and over every season. Should we tolerate this in our Super League?
Like I said earlier on, this is unacceptable. We should reach a level where match officials are respected. Yeah, sometimes they are human, and they'll make mistakes. They'll probably do things as probably they'll think they are doing the right thing, and meanwhile offending us. At the end of the day, what the referee says on the pitch is final and should stand. And the whole saga comes from the fact that there was seems to be more time than what was indicated as additional time, and which allowed Anchanga to equalize. If at all that was a good reason for officials to treat the referee in the manner in which they did, is something that I will never understand. So let's learn from this. As football clubs, we should also be vigilant of such teams like Nkana, because Nkana has got this history. It's not the first time Nkana is doing this. It's not the second time. Nkana has done this many times, such that we have even seen Nkana being stopped from using their stadium at some point because of the so-called violence at the Nkana stadium, which for me should not be the case. So going forward, let's have enough security at our stadiums, first and foremost. Secondly, let's look at ways in which we can empower the referee and protect the referees more, because at the end of the day, you know, on a lighter note, I think I was looking at a clip someone made somewhere on social media, where they were showing how fans react to refereeing decisions in Europe and in Zambia. It's in opposite. It's totally opposite, because here I think insults are the order of the day in the stands, and that's what we just hear. Even their own coach, even their own players, fans insult. What more of a coach who they feel has done? I mean, what more of a referee whom they feel has not done their team a favor, or probably they look at it from another perspective where they feel the referee was biased towards another team. End of the day, it's all about organization. Let's have more security for the referees, because it's a hostile environment that we are seeing. That's a very hostile working environment for the referees.
Okay, Pace is suggesting that maybe we should start docking points from the teams. Do you think that can help as well?
Exactly. That's what this is exactly what I'm trying to say. When I said I can't even begin to imagine what would have happened if Nkana was playing in the English Premier League or in any other European league, or even in South Africa doing that. I even fear for what Nkana would have faced. Probably even a 15 points deduction would have been placed on them. Or would have been talking about a club that is already in negatives when it comes to points at this stage.
All right, Lawrence, time is not with us. Let's just rush through some fixtures, and one of the best fixtures, I think one of the fixture of the weekend is the military derby. It's Green Buffaloes versus Red Arrows at Nkoloma Stadium, Lawrence.
Green Arrows versus Red Arrows, and this one is always interesting because, as like you said, it's a military derby. These are two military teams, and well, they are friends. On such a day, they become foes and have to face each other off. End of the day, there is always one winner, and in this case, I'm seeing Red Arrows picking up an advantage.
All right, it will be an interesting affair because no one wants to really lose that derby. Another fixture that will be more interesting to you, Lawrence, is Nkana traveling to Southern Province in Mazabuka, and they'll be playing against Muza.
Well, I've always, Muza is one team that has won my heart so far in the start of the season. It's one team that I never counted on from the start, and when results started coming in from match day one, they have been frustrating teams, especially those that travel to Southern Province. And I don't think Ghana is going to survive this. Coming off such a weekend where they are being fined and all that, I don't think Nkana is going to survive that. Muza 2, Nkana 1, to be precise.
All right, let's hear from Mr. Abia. Mr. Abia, good evening. I know you're a Nkana fan. I want you to go in straight, starting with a scandal that happened at Nchanga Stadium, where you had to attack the referee. And now what we've seen is that Nkana has been punished. One of the players has been suspended for 4 matches, and the coach has been, the assistant coach has been suspended for 5 matches. Your quick reaction over that?
Yeah, thank you so much for welcoming me. I'm really disappointed with Nkana because we talked about this when we are beginning this program to say, Nkana fans, please control yourself. And this time it was players and the match officials.
Abia, are you
Yes.
really disappointed? Because this is how we know Nkana. This is the Nkana we know now.
We pleaded with them to stop this misbehaving. This is why
And you only pleaded with the fans. You only pleaded with the fans, and the perpetrators are the coaches and the players.
yes, you know, sometimes violence is violence. When you have done something wrong, it is wrong. What is wrong can never be a good one. No. So I'm really disappointed with Nkana, and I'm also really disappointed with the way FAS handled the matter last year. We were fined 150,000 kwacha, but it came and reduced to 15,000 kwacha. You see that? And this case is going also to be negotiated matter. They are going to be negotiated there. Negotiations will be there. This 100 kwacha you have seen a club, and that 50,000 kwacha, I'm telling you to become to 5,000 kwacha or 15,000 kwacha. This is in Ghana. This is in Ghana. I'm telling you.
That's a very good
best way to.
That's a very good
deal with in Ghana.
Because over and over, I don't even see why a fine should be negotiated. This is a very good perspective. Where do you see a fine being negotiated? Unless a club appeals.
It's not really negotiation. It's just that they appeal the decision by FAS, and then the disciplinary committee hears them, and then they reduce the fine.
Exactly. Now look at the reduction we are looking at. Look at the reduction, because if a team is guilty. It's either the team is guilty or not. And we should have a situation where each kind of an offense carries a certain fine. If it's fining, a certain amount of fine, that should be stipulated and the club should be aware of it. If we do this, the fine that will come is this one. If we do this one, the fine that will come is this one. If we do this, the punishment that will come is this one. And like fines are decided, so how much do you think we should fine them? 20 pin. No. Probably let's make it 50 pin so that they can learn a lesson. And then it leaves room for reductions now. It's either a club is guilty or not. If they are guilty, fine them what is prescribed. If they're not guilty, they don't pay anything. There is nothing in between. There's no gray area here. Let's not leave any gray area.
The thing, Lawrence, is the disciplinary committee and FAS, when fining a team, it also looks at the income that team is getting in a month and how much that team is spending. Is this team going to manage to pay this fine or not? This is where that should to a disciplinary committee.
That should not be a problem.
You see that?
That should not be a problem. That should never be a problem for us. If a team has been fined an amount and they do not have that money, you can spread it over a period of time, not reducing it. You can spread it over a period of time. The whole idea of finding them is to touch them where it hurts them most, so that they don't repeat it. That is the reason of the punishment, so that you touch them where it hurts the most. If they lose that revenue, they should know better next time. They should not do the same.
Lawrence, for me, the only way we can end this is to go the way Percy has suggested. Let's begin to dock points. Let people start going for relegation because of such hooliganism in football. Well,
everywhere else, the fines goes with points. Actually, they touch you both ways. So it should be a fine on money and a fine on a number of points. Let it be stipulated. And in fact, at the start of the league, let these rules and these infringements be read out to the clubs. If you are found guilty on this offense, we are going to remove 5 points from you, and also we are going to fine you 50,000 kwacha, so that they know. So, and in that way, you put everybody in the know, such that even as things are happening, us who are watching should be able to say, Bangana pa, they will be in trouble. What's my points here? You know? Oh, Abba, these guys will be in trouble. They will do this to them. We should also be in the know. It should not be something where we don't even know what they are going to do to them. You know, all of us are blank, including the teams. They're just expecting and waiting to hear. So deducting points is actually even a good move, so that when they go back to university, Eden University, and they learn some manners there before they come back to the Super League.
Exactly. And
the rules of football.
And
they say we deduct points of that particular game. You cannot deduct points that you have already given to a club. You only deduct points of that particular game. So that particular game consists of 3 points. That's the only points that they can deduct, no beyond 3 points. So when you appeal, you also expect a different judgment. So that's what the disciplinary committee does. When a club appeals, it looks at the points that they have raised. Are they considerably or they are not? If they are considerably, what was the error of the FAS? This is the same way when you appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. They look at both sides, then they'll make the ruling. So that's what happened last year. So this year, it can be the same. The disciplinary committee can also take a look into it to say, oh, now this is the second time or third time in Ghana you are doing this. So this slap, it is too short. Now we are increasing it to 300. Or no, as in Ghana, you have raised this point. Okay, now we'll come to 50,000 points. It's up to disciplinary committee to do that. But
Or
this
maybe
is this situation of is really, really disappointing to us as soccer fans and the people at large who love football.
On a lighter note, guys, maybe we should bring in the real disciplinary committee, Lawrence.
Of that social media.
Yes, yes.
No, those are different.
All right. Tomorrow, Mr. Abia, we've got one of the interesting games, and it is the military derby. Talked to Lawrence. Lawrence is saying he's giving it to Arrows. It's Arrows versus Green Buffaloes. Who do you think is going to carry a day tomorrow?
Yeah, Green Buffaloes. I think this game will be a tough one. I think for me to predict this game is really difficult for me, because when I see Green Buffaloes, they are playing well. When I see Red Arrows, they're also playing well. But if things goes well to both teams, I can see a draw there, or maybe Green Buffaloes to win the game. If lucky, Red Arrows can take it, but I see a draw there, because this game is a really tough one. Red Arrows have one problem: scoring machine. They don't have scoring machine. And then Green Buffaloes,
okay,
they have
Mr.
a good
Abia,
one advantage.
Mr. Abia,
Defensive is very, very good. Very good.
Just before you continue, I know the viewers have been watching and listening of what we've been talking about between Nchanga and Nkana. Let's watch the videos, then you are going to come back to the fixtures. Let's watch the videos of what really transpired between Nkana and Nchanga Rangers.
Genuine fouls. There was no need of the players to go and complain in the way they were doing it. If the referee blows for the final whistle, that's it. Let it go. There's no need for you. If you see that's a very ugly scene that we should not see in football. Why confront the referee? The referee, I hope the director is going to show the yellow cards that he produced, including the red card. Okay, it's a genuine red card in my opinion.
And Pazo, the question is it for the late equalizer, which obviously came as a result of additional time being extended, or a red card?
Genuine foul.
Alex Bazo Monga, and the penalty taken by Monga, expertly taken, Victor Chabu going in the opposite direction, nowhere close to stopping that ball, and Monga with the third for the season, putting Nkana in the lead. See how Mike Porto really prayed for that one to happen, and it did come through. But it was towards the end of the match when we thought all was going to be wrapped up that the match had to be stopped, and we really talk about what effects a stopping play does bring through. And with all the
match Nchanga Rangers, Nkana has ended.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the BWEZANI 2022.
All right. I'm sure you've seen, Mr. Abia, really what happened. It was Nchanga that equalized really late in the extra time, and that's what brought all the issues. Okay, so now we're talking about the fixtures. You are analyzing the game between Red Arrows and Green Buffaloes. Just go on, Mr. Abia.
Yeah, I was saying that this is really a tough one. It's going to be a game of the week in our Super League, because I see Red Arrows as also a tough one. Green Buffaloes as also a tough team, but Red Arrows have only one weakness: scoring at goal has been always a problem this season. Then Green Buffaloes, they are good in defense, good in midfield, but also a problem at scoring. So if any team can play better of the other team can win, the other team can lose. But I see a draw in this game.
All right, thank you very much. Lawrence, are you still there? And just wrap it up for us before we say our goodbyes.
Yeah, I'm here. I've listened to Abia talking about red arrows and green arrows and concerning scoring and all that. All the same, for me, I feel red arrows still have the advantage on in this game, and they will just edge this game. Very low scoring game, but I see red arrows edging this. Now, going wrapping it up on all the issues that we've talked about, I think going forward, probably it's interesting that we should follow the Zambia under 20 team that is camped in Eswatini currently and representing us in the COSAFA mini tournament that is actually acting as the qualifiers to the Egypt Africa Cup of Nations for under 20s. So all the action for the team will be live on Ubuntu Sports. It's very important that you follow this page and check it out, as we'll be updating the fixtures and also showing the matches live as they come through from Eswatini. Also, we shall the fixtures and like I've said, it's going to Hambo Nkana in Southern Province. This one, Abia, I'm bringing it to you, and probably last time you did not believe me when I told you that Musa was very strong back home, and obviously this time around you are very much aware, and you should be scared of them as things stand, especially that Nkana is going through this kind of rough patch.
I can see bit by bit as you
infringed upon the rules of the game. They should be not in their right minds right now, and Musa will take advantage.
I think I'm looking away from being a kind of
everybody that's tuned in and
Right. Your last word, Mr. Abia, so give us your concluding remarks before we...
Yeah, I can see my fellow panelist Lawrence is moving away from being a Ghana fan to be a Musa fan. Anyway, good luck to Musa. I'm going to carry it a day tomorrow. But don't expect Nkana to lose just anyhow, just because of what has happened. Nkana will come also as prepared and geared. So you have to be ready for that. As you, Nkana, maintain your discipline, not maintain your indiscipline. So maintain your discipline right now, because you are still in trouble. You don't know what this story will end. So I think for the under 20, let's rally behind them. They have started well. 3-0 is not a joke, and let's wish them the best in their next fixture. As for the viewers, thank you so much for following Ubuntu channel. Please continue following Ubuntu channel, because this is the only channel that can beam live soccer from Eswatini, COSAFA. We have seen Ubuntu channel being live COSAFA for women's, Africa Cup women's. You may either see tomorrow being live World Cup that is coming in November. So please continue following Ubuntu. This is the best channel that you can even cooperate with. Thank you so much. Thumbs up to you, Ruben, and my fellow panelist, Lawrence.
Thank you very much, Lawrence. Thank you very much, Abia. To our viewers, this is where we end this week's edition of Ubuntu Sports. We sincerely apologize for the break-in transmission that we had earlier on, because we were supposed to have Joseph in this studio, and also BWEZANI was supposed to be part of this studio. But being Ubuntu, we'll try by all means to bring them back next week, because Ubuntu, we just have to make it Ubuntu way. I am, because you are. So we will try by all means to bring the analysts back so that we may analyze the games, and we'll try by all means to bring to you all the games as they happen in Eswatini. You've heard it from Lawrence and Abia saying that we'll beam the games live. Indeed, we're going to beam the games live here on Ubuntu, and we'll be there as Ubuntu to give you also the analysis and whatever is happening in the camp and whatever is happening in the world of football here in Zambia. From us tonight, it's good night and God bless you. Bye-bye.